Hello.
New look.
What's up? Yeah. No reason behind it.
Congratulations, by the way. Like, married now?
Yeah, new man. Got a mustache.
No, you're all grown up.
I know, it's crazy. Crazy, right?
Cam, you are the old man in the tight end room now. Without Gronk in there. What's it like seeing all these new young rookie tight ends coming?
Yeah, it's definitely a different perspective. I've kind of been in this spot before. Before Gronk came, I was the old man in the tight end room for a couple of years. Then Gronk came, and he was like Grandpa Gronk, and now I'm back in that role. But it's cool, seeing these guys come in, and I was talking to JJ today. Me and him kind of similar paths to the NFL, making the Bucs on a tryout, and they're excited to learn, excited to play, excited to compete for a spot. So, yeah.
You mentioned in the past that you've been working on Gronk to try to get him back here. How's that going?
Pretty good, I guess. No update. I don't have any intel for you guys. I apologize. But, yeah, obviously, we all love Gronk, and Gronk's a great player, so the Bucs are better with Gronk. But I got nothing for you on that front.
We've seen him at the Gronk Beach thing at the draft. How is he as far as a wedding guest?
Oh, elite wedding guest. Yeah. Yep. A couple people in the room can attest. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they were all there. The Bucs PR were great guests as well. But Gronk didn't stop dancing for like 4 hours.
He's still conditioned. That's important.
Yes. That might have been his only workout of the off season, but he got it in that night.
Cam, how were you about Yale guy not only making the roster but doing it wearing number 84?
He wore 84.
Yeah.
Gonna have to talk to him about that.
Maybe he was doing it as
an homage to the real 84. But pretty cool story. I was saying, like, exact same path. Made a couple mental mistakes in meetings today, and got on him about that. Yale obviously secondary school to Harvard. But yeah, he's a good kid. I'll be there to mentor him to the best of my ability.
So for a guy that came through this, and the off-season workouts really gave you an opportunity to kind of get some extra reps in. Is it good to kind of see the young guys that are here, not all the starters, excluding yourself, but that are here for these guys to get some reps and be ready for training camp?
Yeah, 100%. Because training camp's a whole different tempo once the pads come on. So. Such a great opportunity for the young guys to try to get some reps in and figure out as best they can this offense. Obviously, there was a bunch of mistakes today, but you don't expect them to go out there and execute 100% or anything like that. But I was telling the young guys, just make your mistakes now. Just don't make the same mistake twice. Try to learn from the other guys in front of you because this time of year we can kind of move a little bit slower and work more on the teaching and fundamentals because once we get into camp, it's all about preparing to win some games. So this stage right now of the off season is just huge for those guys' development.
What have been your impressions of Todd Bowles taking over as the head coach? What have you seen out of him?
Coach Bowles has done a great job so far. Definitely a different style than BA in terms of the meeting and kind of setting the mood for the day. Not that one's better than the other or anything like that, but the two of them kind of approach it a different way. And the big thing Todd's been harping on is, trying to figure out the little details we kind of let slip away last year, and those kind of added up in crucial moments for us. So we've been really focusing on the fundamentals and the basics so we can kind of build from there. But Coach Bowles has done a great job, and it's definitely a different leadership style than BA for sure.
Can you go into a little more depth on the leadership style?
Yeah, BA just swears at you. Todd, he'll swear at you a little bit, but he does it with a smile on his face, so it kind of feels good, if that makes sense. I don't know. He's a little more patient, I would say, than BA. BA kind of gets on guys quick, and Todd has more of like a laid-back approach in that regard. Yeah.
I know it's day one, but what did you see out of Kyle? Does he look like? How much does it look like he has progressed in a year?
Yeah, I thought Kyle did a great job today. Obviously, it's tough. He's working with a whole new group of receivers, kind of different groups of offensive linemen. So getting all those guys on the same page that's huge for the quarterback. And I thought Kyle did an awesome job with that today, and he made a couple great throws. You can kind of tell he feels a lot more comfortable, obviously, this year compared to where it was last year with a full year of learning the offense. And I think the future is really bright for Kyle. I think he's got a really good mindset and demeanor about him to play the quarterback position in the NFL, and obviously the arm talent's there as well. So just got to keep improving and keep stacking these good practices.
Cam, what do you know about Cokeeves? He's a bit of an animal as a blocker. Have you seen any of his footage?
I have seen zero, but I saw him at practice today. And, yeah, we're definitely different players, me and Co. And, yeah, he was hilarious. You can kind of tell he's got, like, a little edge to him. And, you know, I really like having guys like that in the room. Luke Stocker was kind of like, he was like my protector when I was playing, when it was me and Luke on the field together back in the day. So I kind of hoping Co is that guy for me, yeah.
So he just, like, out on the field, he looks like he's always on high alert.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and like he let a ball get away from him, and it looked like he was just gonna like blow a gasket. And I was like, "Hey, Co, man, it's first practice. All right, it's gonna happen." But yeah, he you can tell he loves football, and he's definitely going to be a good guy to have in the locker room.
How often do you stay in contact with Tom?
Yeah, he'll shoot us the text every once in a while. Kind of let him do his thing. He was back. Shoot. Last week, maybe? Yeah, last week. There we go.
Was it a surprise?
Not a surprise. No, he lets us know. He lets us know when he's coming. Try to get as many guys here when he's here as possible. So I think he might make some guest appearances coming up soon. We'll see.
Cam, it wasn't like you were, trying to make mistakes your first few years with the Bucs before Brady came, but Cam, these last 2 years, can you describe how everything's kind of heightened? You don't want to make this mistake for Brady. You don't know when it's going to be his last year. We got a chance to win a Super Bowl. How have things changed in that regard for guys like you?
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of run into trouble if you think about it from that perspective, right? Like that you're doing it for Tom, right? Like it's more than Tom. It's a collective group here. It's everyone's got their hand in the pile. Everyone's working together to try to reach the ultimate goal. But the thing I will say to that is Tom doesn't let you slip up at all, right? Like if he can tell someone's low energy, kind of not feeling it that day, like he'll get on him right away. His attention to detail is like unparalleled. Like everyone's going to be on the same page with him, and that's just who he is as a leader and who he is as a player. So, yeah, Tom gets us right for sure.
Did you really think he was done when he retired?
I did. Tom is like, he's always playing chess, over checkers, right? Like he's always moves ahead, and I think just the way it played out, he loves football, like he just couldn't stand the thought of being away from the game, and those are the guys you want to have leading your team. So we're definitely all pumped up to have Tom back, yeah.
What was it like seeing, I don't know if last week was the first time you saw him, if we saw him before that, doing any work away from the facility, but what was it like seeing him back out there? Did he seem like a guy that was retired for 40 days?
No, he seemed the exact same. He said it was the happiest he was all off season. The first time he came back to throw, he's like, I'm back, like you could tell he was fired up to be there. Yeah, he just, I can't imagine like Tom not playing football, what he would be like. Like this is like when he's Tom Brady. So, like I said, we're just fired up to have him back, and yeah.
Unfinished business.
That's right, for sure.
What do you think about his plans after football that he's going into the broadcast booth?
Yeah, I couldn't believe, I was like, why would Tom subject himself to criticism and, the responsibility to call these games? And then I saw the contract, and I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
More money than he's made in his football career.
I would take that deal. That's a good deal.
Do you
Yeah.
think he's going to slip any dad jokes in there?
Oh yeah, those are always part of Tom's repertoire for sure. Yeah, he'll slip some in.
Cam, I asked Antoine this, so I'll ask you the same thing. You've been around here for a long time. Saints and the Rams, for whatever reason, seem to have you guys number right now.
Yep.
Why is that? What do you think that common denominator is?
It's $1 million question, Like, you try to figure out why. I'll just speak to our offense, but why offensively we struggle against those teams. I think schematically they do a really good job of taking away, our primary weapons on offense. And, sometimes we just got to be a little more patient, I think, on offense. And you see the game we won against the Saints in the playoffs in 2020. We ran the football, right? I think that's the number one thing you have to do against a defense like that is you have to have them respect the run. And for whatever reason, last year against those teams, we just couldn't do it. We couldn't get the run game going. And, when those D-lines can tee off and the playmakers both those teams have in the secondary, when you're just sitting back there throwing the whole game, you're not going to score many points. So obviously we're going to have to establish the run game somehow, try to establish, our identity as who we want to be on offense, and that's a running football team. So I think we're going to look back on those games and try to really hone in on those game plans.
There has to be a reason for that mustache, something that's spectacular.
Was this like a promise that you made, like you didn't have it before the wedding?
No, so Ryan Griffin got married in California, and I wanted to blend in with the California people. I was like, hey, I'm going to get a mustache, and got a lot of compliments. And, I don't usually get compliments on my facial hair because I can't really grow great facial hair. So I just reverted back to the mustache. I got a couple bachelor parties coming up for my friends, so I figured the stash would be a pretty cool play for those.
How was life as a newlywed?
Pretty much exactly the same.
Did you honeymoon?
Yeah.
Did you?
We got a nice little trip coming up this summer. We're gonna go to Europe for a little bit, and it's gonna be tough leaving Arch behind, but he'll manage. He just turned 3 on Sunday.
So he's getting older. He's
Getting older. 21 in dog years. Yep. It's a big one for him.
We know what Tom's post-career is going to be like. Have you thought about what you want to do after it's all over?
No, I probably should have, but no, I haven't figured that part out yet. Hopefully, I don't have to think about that for at least a couple years. But no, we'll figure that out when the time comes. Yeah.
Foxdale like Tom.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Tom about that. Yeah, see what he can work out for me.
That is really impressive that you just grew that at will. How long did it take?
This is 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so good talking
Cool.
to you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Congrats again.
Thanks.